how astronomers could actually see Planet 9, quote unquote. Now, we have many names for this planet that's out there: Planet 9, Planet X, Nibiru. I recently posted a video concerning what I found of ancient Sumerian texts. They called Jupiter Nibiru. But what about what's happening out there at the edges of our solar system? If Planet 9 really exists, astronomers have a pretty decent chance of spotting it. Recently, scientists announced that a planet about 10 times more massive than our Earth likely lurks in the distant outer solar system, orbiting perhaps 600 times farther from the Sun than our Earth does on average. The evidence for the existence of this Planet 9, quote unquote, is indirect at the moment. Computer models suggest a big undiscovered world has shaped the strange orbits of multiple objects in the Kuiper Belt, the ring of icy bodies beyond Neptune, but direct evidence could come relatively soon in the form of a telescope observation. Planet 9's prosers say evidence mounts for existence of Planet 9. It's actually not obscenely faint, said Mike Brown of the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, in Pasadena. Brown and lead author Konstantin Batygin, also of Caltech, wrote the paper laying out the evidence for the putative planet's existence. In fact, it's bright enough over a lot of its orbit, and we should have seen it already if it's in the closest approaches to the Sun. Brown told Space.com, indeed, at closest approach, you could almost see it with some backyard telescopes, he said. Planet 9's orbit likely brings it as close as 200 to 300 astronomical units, or AU. 1 AU is the distance between the Sun and Earth. It's about 93 million miles. So it could be as close as 200 to 300 astronomical units, or AU, to the Sun. It takes it as far away as 600 to 1,200 AU, Brown said. And 1 AU is the average distance from the Earth to the Sun, about 93 million miles, or 150 million kilometers. Planet 9 is therefore probably not too close to the Sun right now, said Brown, who has discovered or co-discovered a number of distant solar system objects, including dwarf planets Eris and Sedna. But powerful ground-based telescopes would probably still detect the object wherever it may be, he said. Even as at its most distant and at the smallest guesses of how big it is, it's like 25th or 24th magnitude, Brown said, referring to the brightest scale of astronomers use, in which higher numbers denote fainter objects. It's not crazy. This is the kind of stuff people are finding all the time. We just need to go out and cover a good swath of the sky. And just how big a swath? Astronomer Scott Shepard of the Carnegie Institute for Science in Washington, D.C., came up with a rough estimate: between 2,000 and 4,000 square degrees. For perspective, the full moon as seen from Earth covers about 0.5 degrees of the sky. That corroborates to about 50 nights of observations using powerful instruments such as the Subaru telescope in Hawaii, said Shepard, who has a lot of experience finding far-flung objects in the solar system. For example, in 2014, he and Chadwick Trujillo of the Gemini Observatory Hawaii discovered an object called 2012 VP 113, whose orbital characteristics hint at the presence of a Planet 9. The 27-foot wide, 8.2-meter Subaru telescope is the go-to observatory for the search because Planet 9 is predicted to be visible in the northern hemisphere sky. Both Brown and Shepard said. Many other big, powerful scopes are in Chile, south of the equator. The world's largest reflecting telescope, explained infographic. Shepard stressed that it's tough to know just how detectable Planet 9 would be, considering the uncertainty surrounding the putative world size, orbit, and composition, and characteristics that affect brightness. But Shepard told Space.com if it's not on the extreme ends of the orbit or the size, then Subaru should be able to find it. So the hunt is on for Planet 9. Shepard and his colleagues have already covered some parts of Planet 9's possible orbit using Subaru as part of a larger years-long survey for more objects such as 2012 EP113. The researchers will likely use Subaru to narrow in on more promising possible locations, but that now that Badigan and Brown have given them a better idea of where to look, Shepard said, but the hunt for smaller bodies such as 212 VP113 will continue as well. We're trying to find many more of these smaller objects which could lead us to the bigger object, he said. The hunt for Planet 9 will also probably send astronomers back to their archives. It's possible that the undiscovered world has already been photographed by powerful telescopes, but researchers did not spot it, Brown said. Confirming the planet's existence will require more than one image, because astronomers will need to see the object move to know it's not a background star or other extremely distant object. Shepard said that he had pledged the odds of a big planet lying undiscovered beyond Neptune at 50-50, but the new study by Badigan and Brown boosts his confidence in the existence of Planet 9 to about 75%. Brown seems even more confident. I find this really compelling, Brown said. I think it's there. But like everybody else, I want to see it. And this is by Mike Wall of space.com. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.